Welcome back to the channel, guys. So today we got a pretty sweet one for you, the Mega Retron HD. I've been waiting for this for a long while, and I know plenty of other people have as well. From Hyperkin, they've been teasing this thing for a minute. Man, it is now upon us, the Sega Genesis HDMI clone system. Pretty sweet stuff. Let's go ahead and unbox this beast and start doing some video on it and see how this plays and how it sounds. So here is the box. Obviously it's been gracing your eyeballs for a minute now. Hyperkin always with that cut corner with the little gold leafing. You guys know how much I like that gold leafing. They have it all over the place with their logo. Pretty cool stuff. I always say they do an excellent job with their packaging, and I think it's pretty cool, very appealing. This box does look fairly similar to the Super Retron. Got a very similar style to it. So 720p HD audio and video, and we do have an aspect ratio switch, 16:9, 4:3, a premium controller, NTSC PAL switch, so you have PAL, NTSC U, and NTSC J. Perfect pin technology. I know they advertised that with their Super Retron HD as well. I believe it said patent pending at that time, but doesn't say that anymore. So there's all that. Pretty cool stuff. Bottom of the box if you really care. And here is the back of the box. Premium retro gaming console for Genesis Mega Drive. Flip that hat backwards and pull up those baggy pants. Dude, the 90s are back with the Hyperkin Mega Retron HD, a premium retro console that plays Genesis and Mega Drive cartridges in brilliant 720p HD. It includes one premium controller, blah, blah, blah. We know what it comes with. We'll take a look at that in a moment. That's a little cheesy there, but whatever. We get the point. Open this beast up. Boom. So there we go. I don't know why this is like that, but it is what it is. There is the Mega Retron. That's got a little bit of heft to it. And you know what we're going to do. We're going to weigh this beast in a second here. So there is that. Pretty cool. Let's pull this, let's pull that off of there. Very nice styling in my opinion. It has that Sega Genesis look to it, but with that box. They, you know, all their consoles have been like that. The Retron 77, the Retron HD, and the Super Retron HD all have had that kind of boxy look, little cut corner there that glows when you power it on. Pretty cool stuff. Reset switch, blue. 2 9-pin controller ports. That way you can use the included controller or any other 9-pin Sega Genesis Mega Drive controller. Nothing much going on the sides there. On the back, we do have our micro USB for power, HDMI. We do have composite. Interesting. And then there is our aspect ratio switch, 16:9 or 4:3. I'm going to leave it 4:3. No interest in stretching these games out. On the bottom here, we do have our little region switch. So you have NTSC U, J, and PAL. Cool, some nice little rubber feet there, some ventilation for the system. Pretty cool stuff. Let me set that aside, see what else is in the box before we weigh this beast, because she does have some heft to it. Jeez. Boom. Here is our premium controller. Did it say how long the cable was? 10-foot cable, guys. Plenty of length for you. So there's that. The buttons do... Yeah, The D-pad feels okay. The buttons... The buttons are feeling a little chunky. They're a little stiff. Start button, we do have a mode button right there. Overall, the controller doesn't feel bad, but the buttons do have a real stiffness to it. We're going to have to check that out and see how well they respond. Immediately, my first impression of the controller, it's definitely not as quality as the controller that came with the Super Retron HD. just kind of gives me that vibe. It just, I don't know, the feel of it. It doesn't feel bad. I'm not really knocking it, but it just doesn't feel as great. And these buttons are very, very, very stiff. It doesn't feel horrible though. I've played with plenty of third-party controllers, and this is definitely not bottom of the barrel, but I'm not gonna say it's the top either. It's kind of middle, you know, a little above middle maybe. We'll find out though. We got to use it though. I can't really comment too much just by touching it. But that is my immediate impression. Now inside the box, oh, we do get an instruction manual on the bottom. Would have been nice if it was on the top. What do we got here? Wow, really? Okay, we get AV cables if you want to use them. That's nice. Some people care about that stuff. I don't really. 6-foot HDMI cable. Cool. We do get our little power brick. There we go. Would have been nice if it was Hyperkin branded. I get so many of these bricks, and I wish the companies like stamped their brand on it or their logo. Even if they didn't manufacture it, I wish they would get like Hyperkin on there so I don't lose track of which brick goes with what system. Then we get a nice long cable here, the USB cable. How long is that? 6-foot micro charge cable. Okay, so you get plenty of length with that thing. And then here is the little instruction booklet. I don't know if there's anything of importance in there. Just tells you where everything's at. Don't know that I really care. We don't need no instructions to play our games. So there we go. There's the system. Here is my scale. Let's get that bad boy on. Jeez, this chunky little boy is over a pound. You guys see it here. She's got some heft to her, so I always like weighing them, see what they got going on here. Pretty cool stuff though. So let's go ahead, plug this bad boy in, and try out some games and see what we're working with. $45, man. I don't know what to expect. So here we go, guys. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 playing on the Mega Retron HD. Now, my immediate thoughts playing this thing, and I'll get to the visuals and audio in a second here, is the controller. The controller, originally, I thought, man, these buttons, they kind of have a little stiffness to them. And they do. Now, I've been playing this thing before I recorded my audio for several hours now. After about an hour of gameplay, of just constantly playing this thing and, you know, changing out games and doing all that kind of stuff, the controller, the buttons got a little less stiff. So I just wanted to point that out. That is like one of my biggest things is, man, Hyperkin's been making some awesome controllers lately. And this controller, no doubt, is really good. But it just has to be pointed out that the buttons do feel a little more stiff than what I'm used to. But overall, it's still a quality controller, and you can use any Sega Genesis controllers on this system, which is a nice thing. System only comes with one, so if you want two-player action, you're going to need another controller anyway. You know, so there's plenty of different options out there, or just use original controllers like I like to use. But definitely a decent controller. The buttons respond. The D-pad responds very well. Playing Street Fighter, I'm able to do moves and all that kind of stuff, so I really can't complain about that. But that is one of my minor gripes, I guess you would say, is the buttons were a little too stiff for my liking, but working them out kind of loosened them up a little bit. So, hey, just keep that in mind if you're interested in purchasing this device. Now, playing these games, the audio, let me comment on the audio first off, and we'll do a comparison toward the end of this video of the intro to Sonic the Hedgehog 2 playing on an original Sega Genesis and also playing on the Mega Retron HD, just so you can kind of get an idea. But the audio, the main thing that I have noticed is the decibels. It is a little bit more quieter than the original Sega Genesis. Not crazily so, but it is something that is worth noting. Playing on my original Sega, I would have to turn the volume down a little bit compared to what I would have the Mega Retron set to on my monitor, speakers, whatever you want to say. And not a huge thing, but just worth pointing out. The audio is stereo. Playing Sonic the Hedgehog, the collecting rings alternates between the left and right ear. So that's definitely a good thing. A lot of people have missed that when making these clone systems. So had to point that out. Definitely a huge thing, and I know a lot of people would want to know about that. We do get stereo audio, so great. Color-wise, video-wise, I'm actually pleasantly surprised with what I'm seeing here. Now, in the comparison that I'll show you in a few moments, you'll see that color-wise, the Mega Retron is a little bit darker compared to playing on original Sega Genesis. Now, is that going to bother some people? Maybe, but for some, I think it's going to be fine. Playing these games in HDMI 720p, they actually look really good and sound really good to me. You know, for $45, you know, I was like, man, I don't know, is this system really going to deliver? Because, you know, they've been kind of teasing this thing for a little while, and I was just like, man, I really hope the stereo audio is there, that we're not getting like some crazy fuzziness or anything like that. These visuals to me, yeah, they're not going to be quite on par with playing, you know, an original Sega Genesis through an OSSC or a Retro Tank, or, you know, when the Mega SG comes out. But that's not what this system is for. It's, you know, it's a more budget-friendly option for somebody who wants to play their Sega games on their HD TV. Now, moving on, yes, the system does work with the Mega EverDrive. Everything that I would expect to work playing Sega Genesis games works just fine. I haven't found any issues using the Mega EverDrive playing Sega Genesis games. Now, there is one little caveat using the Mega EverDrive, and it has nothing to do with Sega Genesis games. It actually has to do with Sega Master System games. So this system has not been advertised to work with the power base, you know, or anything like that, the converters to play Master System games. So I don't have any way to actually test using original cartridges on this system, but using a Mega EverDrive, you actually can play Sega Master System games. Now, there's an issue here. Right now it's coming up, the audio is going to sound off, the game is going to play a little slow, and that is because it's playing under PAL, the PAL switch. If you play it under NTSC U or J, the graphics get messed up, and I'll show that right now. So as you can see, the colors are inverted, there's lines through the screen. It doesn't look good. You can't play it like this. So just wanted to point that out. I'm not sure if using the power base converter would work, but as soon as I get confirmation on that, I'll share that information with you guys. And then here's playing the game again with the PAL switch, and it is obviously slower. And here is playing it how it's meant to be played. And it sounds right, and it runs quite a bit faster. So Sega Master System, for whatever reason, playing it through the Mega EverDrive flash cart on the Mega Retron HD, if you're used to that PAL slowdown, that 50 hertz and all that kind of stuff, you might be okay. But if you're not accustomed to that, and you're accustomed to this blazing fast speed and the music sounding right, then yeah, that might not be something you want to mess with. Worth pointing out, but not an advertised feature. So finally here, I'm gonna showcase Sonic 2 Mega Retron HD versus Sega Genesis. So Mega Retron's on the left, Sega Genesis is on the right. You'll see the blacks are deeper on the Mega Retron. Things are a little darker. Now, just being honest with you, they both look good to me, but it's just going to be up to personal preference here. And I'll play the audio in a moment so you guys can compare between the two. But they both look good. The Sega Genesis, I am using the HD Retrovision component cables through the RetroTink 2X in order to record. So Sega Genesis normally through composite, or even just through the HD Retrovision cables without the line doubling wouldn't look quite as good. So just pointing that out for you guys. But that's a nice little comparison there. Let me go ahead and play them separately and let you guys hear the audio between the two. Okay guys, so for my final thoughts, and I'm going to try to keep it quick here. For $45, if you're in the market for an HD Sega Genesis clone system, I seriously think and honestly believe from the other options that I've used from multiple companies, for the price range, this is definitely going to be the best bet in my opinion. I already know what a lot of people are going to say. The Mega SG from Analog is coming out. But you have to realize it's great to have options. The Mega SG is going to be a $200 system, and I'm super excited for it. I've already put my money down on it. I cannot wait. But not everybody's going to be interested in a device like that. A lot of people love these cheaper, lower-end clone systems, and as long as they're not delivering distorted, nasty sound and blurry visuals, I think it's a good option, and the Mega Retron HD delivers on that at a budget price. Sure, there are some shortcomings here. For me, the controller is one of the most glaring things, even though it does feel like a quality controller. I thought I might have been going out of my mind for a moment here, so I did go and grab a bunch of other controllers that I had just to kind of feel out the buttons. And yes, the controller that comes with this, the buttons are quite a bit stiffer than any other option that I have. They did loosen up a little bit over time. And even comparing it to Hyperkin's previous 6-button Sega Genesis controller, the buttons on this are stiffer than that. So just had to point that out. It does kind of work itself out a little bit, and it doesn't feel bad to begin with. Now, as far as the audio and visuals here, the audio on the Mega Retron, yes, it does come through a little bit quieter. I'd probably say about 30% quieter than my regular Sega Genesis, and that's without altering any audio. The other thing with the audio, it is pretty close, but it is a little more bassy on the Mega Retron. So you have to keep that in mind. It's pretty similar. It's very close, but just not perfect. For a device like this at this price point, it would be great if it was perfect, but I'm being realistic here. I know it's not going to be perfect, but it is close. Visuals, yes, the graphics are darker on the Mega Retron HD. The color palette, fairly similar. It's just that kind of darker tone to everything kind of offsets it a little bit, but it's still pretty damn close as far as the palette goes. Some people may not even notice a difference here. There's nothing crazy going on where colors are just like way off. So I think that's a good thing. Some people might not mind. Some people might be like, no, it's not close enough. But to me, I think it's pretty close. So that's definitely good. The build quality of this device, just like all these other Retron HD systems, I think is pretty damn solid. I've been very impressed with every system they've put out as far as the build quality goes. So hey, I hope I've presented enough information for you guys here to pass your own judgment if you are interested in something like this. $45? I couldn't believe that's what they were launching this at, because all the previous Retron HD systems were more expensive. But hey, pretty crazy, right? I would say at this moment, if you're interested in this device for Master System compatibility, I would probably pass. I can't confirm yet if you can use the converters to use the cartridges, and if you could, if that would remedy the issues that I had playing through the EverDrive. I don't know, but as soon as I get confirmation, I will drop a comment and pin it so you guys can see that. But for now, I would say don't count on it, just in case. But who knows? I'll keep you up to date. So I really do appreciate you guys stopping in. Smash that like button. Make sweet love to that notification bell. You guys know what's up. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I'm going to leave you guys with a little bit of no commentary gameplay footage from the Mega Retron HD. Peace out, bye-bye, and boom!
What?